case. To you, Anne Bremner, when it goes to trial, he'll probably say, I was so distraught about my wife's disappearance and about finding blood in the home that I knew nothing about. I just couldn't face the world anymore without her. Goodbye, cruel world. That's what he's going to say at trial. But will anybody really believe it, Anne Bremner?
Well, he'll probably say that, but another thing is it was a chain link fence that he went over. He may say that he couldn't see that it was such a big drop. Evidence of flight is evidence of guilt. But the question is, if I were defending him, is that where's the other evidence that she's actually dead, murdered? Blood spatter alone doesn't show that she's dead. And the fact that he didn't participate.
Put her up.
I'm right here, Nancy.
What about him throwing out all of her belongings in less than 72 hours after she goes to rehab, or just walks off down the street and disappears at the corner? Obviously, he knew she wasn't walking back through the front door again.
Well, the fact is, whether people get rid of each other's clothes or burn them in a divorce or anything else, we don't know that she's dead. And that's what's required in a murder case. There's not evidence that she's dead. I don't think they can prove their case right now. They're going to have to have a lot more than they've got. There's just not evidence that she's dead, and that's what they've got to show.
So, to you, Anne Bremner, if he starts talking as he's going in and out of this medication to doctors, talking about the murder or about Dawn Vance, his wife, that just disappeared at the end of the block. He just never saw her again, and thinking she wasn't going to come home, the next day he moved his girlfriend into the home and gave her his wife's job as hostess at their family restaurant. Any of that, could that come into evidence if he starts talking to nurses or doctors while he's coming in and out of this pain medication?
Unless they're agents of the police. I mean, if he's voluntarily saying
yes?
things. Well, the answer, I mean, is yes with the qualification, but as I've stated. But the other thing is it goes to the weight of the evidence, not its admissibility, in terms of whether he's saying things that are true or not. He's coming out
Daniel Horowitz, come on. You think a jury's not going to believe what he says when he's coming in and out of pain medication?
Sure,
of course
it'll be
they
like
are.
truth serum to the jury. Of course they will. It's like truth serum, but he's not going to do that. This guy is pretty tight and closed-mouthed. But I'll tell you, Nancy, that blood spatter may actually exonerate him. It may prove that it's not a murder. I'll tell you why later.
Yeah, you know what? I can't wait to hear this line of BS. How blood spatter all over the home, blood that belongs to his wife, can exonerate him. You know, he needs to hire you. He's going to need you and Bremner at trial.